Hey everybody, what's up? It's 8 o'clock Eastern. Good to see you. It's your friend James Shaw. Thank you for choosing to make Pivot Shift Ahead part of what you do every morning and being here to mastermind, strategize, learn with one another in a market that's just a little bit interesting. And quite frankly, we need to hang out and learn from each other so that we can have great things happen. I got a call yesterday. I love it when y'all call me. I got a call yesterday from an agent who is in Florida. She's taking two listings. I think they're both condos, which is just fascinating in and of itself in this great state right now. And she's like, I want to help these sellers get it sold. I need help figuring out pricing. And so as we walk through it, the reminder that we both had as we were walking through this is pricing is really more about strategy than it is about value. Now your seller gets hung up on value, right? Is this true? Put it in the chat. Do your seller gets hung up on value? They want to make the most amount of money and da 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 da. But in a market like this, in most places right now where inventory is creeping up, we need to think more strategy than value. And we have to teach our sellers how to do that. And in order to teach them, we have to be taught. And so we're going to unpack some of that today. We had a good call yesterday, so I was thankful she called me. Before we jump into that, we'll do a couple of Tell Me Something Goods. Heidi, good morning.
Good morning, James. It's a great morning. We are heading to the Houston Food Bank because today is Red Day, and our KW Cares group is coming from Houston Metropolitan and going to the food bank. So we're excited about that. Secondly, I'm terribly excited because Nadine wrote me yesterday and told me my approximate date for my song choices. So I am so excited. I've been auditioning songs all morning as I've been getting dressed. So, I mean, you can't plan too early for these things, I don't think. So I'm on that and just really excited about it. So
When's your date?
September 25th-ish.
And when did you donate?
Yesterday.
Oh, okay, good. All right,
Yeah,
so that's good.
yeah,
So
when you asked for the donations, I was on it and sending my receipt like so fast. I've
that's
been,
great. I
yeah.
love that. I love it. September 20th. We will be counting down the days. And if anyone else wants to select the music, when you open the Zoom every morning at 7:30, we play a song, and those songs are selected by people who've donated to KW Cares. So if you donate $100 or more to KW Cares, and you get to pick a song for the week. If you donate $1,000 or more, you can choose country. If it's less than 1,000, it cannot be country. And we'll put it in the chat. And Latoya, give Nadine a chance. We had a bunch of stuff come in yesterday, so she'll get it to you. But I'll put the link in the chat if you want to donate to KW Cares. And of course, you can donate any amount you want. Just know that if it's 100 or more, you get to pick the music. We have about $4,000 to get to our goal of 40,000. So it's going to be good stuff. Let's do a couple more Tell Me Something Good. Lainey, good morning.
Good morning. I just wanted to thank everybody who took time out of their day to reach out to me yesterday for my birthday. Like that was pretty unbelievable. My phone binged all day, my phone calls, it was wild. So I'm very appreciative of everybody in this group that reached out to me to wish me a happy 58th birthday.
I hope it was amazing. And you have the age incorrect, but I hope it was absolutely amazing. And, there's nothing like birthdays when you're part of this community. They just blow you
Right?
up. We're going to get these last two in, then we got to get after it. So very quickly, Nicole, then William. Go ahead, Nicole. Good morning.
Hi, happy Red Day to all of us who participate. Um, so this has actually been a very, very good year for me. But a couple weeks ago, I had like a whole bunch of stuff under contract, and then five sides started to get wonky, and I lost three sides, and then two other units were potentially going away. And it was really hard, but 2 years ago, that would have sent me into a downward spiral. And because of this group and certain people in it and the ability to, I guess, just mature as an agent and then grow as a person, I didn't actually just go to bed and get completely depressed, which was really lovely. And they ended up all coming back. So, and with all that, I capped with 5 months left, and that is way, 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 way earlier than I usually cap. So, anyway, sorry for the ramble, but I just want to say thanks to everyone for just being you guys.
Love it. You have moved from being tied to the outcome of each individual transaction. A couple of years ago, you were tied to the outcome of each one because you needed each commission check and you weren't sure when the next one was coming. Because you put in the work, Nicole's been a great example of this. We've known Nicole now for half a decade. Because you put in the work, you're in coaching, You're listening to your coach. You're doing the things she's teaching you. You're part of this community. You're in Inspire. You come to the events and you're implementing what you're learning. You no longer become tied to the outcome of any one transaction. You're so focused on process. And when you do that, good things happen. Thanks,
Yes.
Nicole.
Thank you.
William, good to see you, buddy. You get the last one. Then we're getting after it. Good morning.
Hi, I just wanted to say something about KW Cares. That is a great, great thing that this company does. I'm fortunate enough that I'm still here, able to sit here and talk to you because KW has helped me over the past year. So I would really, really wanted to say good things about it. I love you guys because I'm thinking about other organizations that I worked with in the past. And one time I had to go in for a major heart operation, and I came back, and the company says, "Oh, the money we saved for you being in the hospital, we now bought all these computers for our staff." So, but KW came to me and says, "What do you need to help you get through what you're going through now?" And they came through for me, and I just wanted to say I really appreciate it, and thank you all for donating the $40,000 that you have your goal today. It's fantastic. All right, thank you.
William, be well. I'm so thankful KW Cares is there to help you. That's the point, right? Is to help our KW agents when they need it. And you've had a ton of medical bills and to get you healthy and back home, which you're back home right now. And I'm thankful that KW Cares has been able to support you. And if anyone wants to support KW Cares, link is in the chat for that. We do have a goal to raise $40,000. So it'd be cool if this community helps donate. We're less than $4,000 away from the goal. All right, so let's jump in. I got this call yesterday from an agent who said, James, I'm listing 2 condos. Got to make sure they price right. Both have been on the market before. Now I'm going to take them over. How do we do this? And so we walked through it, and we had this realization that pricing in today's market in many places is not about value. It's about strategy. The Shift book says that. Page 142. As soon as a market price has been established, the question every seller must then answer is, what should my asking price be? This is a strategic question, not a value question. What a house is worth is the answer to a value question, but what the house will sell for is the answer to the sales price question, and they're different questions. When a seller is ready to sell, there's only one thing we want to know. What's the best price their house will sell for right now? When sellers go to price their property, 2 things matter: where the market is now and the direction that it is headed. And that's why they have to be strategic if they want to get the best price at the right time. We just walked through, in this particular neighborhood, how many homes are selling a month and how many homes are on the market right now. And that makes it very simple to go determine the price. How many homes are on the market right now? How many are selling a month? And how quickly do you want to sell yours? Those 3 questions put together are what determine the price. Nothing else, really. But I'm curious about how you're making pricing a strategy with your sellers. Miranda, good morning. Good to see you in Chicago.
Good morning, and the sun is shining. Yay! Oh my goodness, I could talk about this topic forever. This is so important. So one of the things that I talk to my sellers about is when we are pricing, it is not about what we think we're going to sell the house for. It's about what is going to attract the buyers to come look at it. One of the things that we know is that homes in our market are selling for 100% of their list price. We also know that there are a lot of buyers that have been on our market and have been written offers and offers and offers and have not gotten anything accepted. So when they look at your list price, that is the starting price. That is not the ending price. So we have to be really cautious, because if we price too high, no one is even going to come look at the house. And some of my sellers will but Miranda, there's homes sitting on the market. I'm like, yeah, because they're priced too high. Because buyers are afraid to go look at them because they're already thinking they have to bring $20,000 more than the list price. So if you want to get $675 for your house, then we need to list at $675, not $700. We need to not list high and expect that people are going to come in low. They are going to come in high. We also need to price for what is going to get 10 offers, not 1 offer, because contracts are still falling apart at 16% in this market. So I want to make sure that we've got backup offers if this person wakes up tomorrow morning and decides they don't want this house. There is so much strategy involved in pricing, and it is not, I totally agree, it is not about what the house is going to sell for. It's about what price is going to trigger the sale.
What you're hearing is from an agent who's in a market that has really tight inventory, a low days on market. And so she's saying that the risk in that is that you want so much, there's so many more buyers and listings, and you want so much that you can actually price it in a way that they won't even look at it. So you got to price it right. You may get more, but you got to price it in a spot that at least get them in the door and create multiple offers. And that's the opposite of what I talked about with this agent. This other agent is in a spot where there's way more inventory than there are buyers. And again, we have to price it so buyers will come in and be interested in that property. That's what we're talking about when we say it's strategy. Miranda, thank you. How many pendings do you have right now?
I think I've got 12.
Yeah, listen to this lady. She knows what she's talking about. George, good morning.
Well, this may be a different approach towards
Yep.
it. The condo market in Central Florida is extremely difficult. Um, I have a condo listed for now almost a year. We started at 250. We're now at 190, and it's still not sold. There's about 40 others in the community for sale. So, I mean, what is the price? The seller and I have agreed we're going to put it back on we're going to rent it, and take care of it that way. I live in a condo. I recently had a situation where one of the sellers called me from my newsletters and things I send out and wanted a particular price. I told him it's not going to sell. There are 5 others for sale in the community that are much better, much larger, much nicer for less money. And so I turned the listing down. I said, I'm not going to take it. Turn around. He listed it with somebody else at a higher price, and it's just sitting there. So, I mean, price is, yes, the thing, but at some point in time, in a particular area, do we really want to take a listing that's not going to sell?
Yeah,
I mean, at any price. And I
correct.
think we're in a situation in the condo market, at least here in Central Florida, where there's just so many on the market that unless there is really something upside down, it's just not worth the time, money, and effort in order to spend your dollars listing something that's not going to sell at a price that the seller even wants to come close to.
You know, it's interesting because, George, we talked about that. One of hers is a condo, and I asked about the situation. Seller owns it free and clear. HOA fee is like $1,900 a month. And I said, what's happening with prices? Very similar story. Condo market here in Florida is really rough. High inventory, a handful of sales. And I said, you may go back to this person and just suggest exactly what you just said. Just rent it out. You own it free and clear, rent enough to cover the HOA for a while and sit this thing out,
Yeah.
and see what happens. That may be their best option. And we have to be willing to give them the right advice. Or if you want to just unload it and you're tired of it and you want to unload it and get rid of it, then here's the price, and it's going to be way less than you thought. But this is what it's going to take.
You
Because
have to
here's
be
how
honest
many
with
are on
them.
the market, and here's how many you're selling a month. And so you've got to be priced in that space. And we'll see what they decide. Thanks, George. Appreciate it. Julie Hess, good morning.
Good morning. Well, you know me, I love to ask questions, and I do like to make sure we have a strategy, and I like to help them self-discover. So, with all that, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, would you like to chase the buyers, or would you like the buyers to be chasing you? Number two, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, do you like options? And then number three, could it be possible when the buyers are chasing you that the price could be driven up? And when they ask about what do you mean by options, I tell them the options when you have them chasing you. It could be waiving this, it could be an appraisal gap coverage. And then the other thing I share with them, and I don't use the word guarantee, but I do use the word promise. I learned from Greg Rochelle. I promise you, Mr. and Mrs. Sellers, in today's market, we can overprice this home. And yet, if we price it right under where I'm suggesting, I promise you that we will not be leaving money on the table. We can't as long as we price it correctly in today's market.
Great, good questions. I hope you wrote them down. Allison, good morning.
Good morning, James. So I wanted to start a little bit sooner in the conversation. When you're pre-qualifying those sellers, before you go on that listing appointment, you always need to ask them what's the price they would like to list the house for. That way you know what your conversation is going to need to be once you get there, and you can start laying that groundwork. I think also for
So you want to know in
just
advance before you even get to their house on your pre-listing call, hey, what price are you thinking?
exactly,
Yeah.
because sometimes they've been on Zillow, they're like, well, I want to list it at 300. And if I know it's 350, I'm in great shape walking in the door. I look like the hero, although I'm supposed to help the hero, help them be the hero. But if they think it's 500 and it's 400, I need to know to be prepared for that conversation. I also think just saying everything's selling at 102% or 96%, depending on where we are, showing them this house was listed for this and it sold for this. This house was listed for this and it sold for this, so they can kind of see how that strategy plays out. I think, as always, we tell the stories. And then to the point about leasing, we did so many leases last year for people that are going to hold and wait for the market to turn around here in Austin. And then we're also doing listings for lease and for sale and seeing what hits first.
Smart. It reminds me of the Inspire members. If you haven't watched the Emily Baker Aaron Simons call from April, what are you waiting on? Like, run to that immediately, because that's exactly what Allison's talking about. Run to it, listen to it, implement it, do what they're teaching. If you're not an Inspire member, why? That's my question for you. Why? Why? It's the best value in the industry. I'm going to jump ahead. Carrie, we haven't heard from you this week, so you go next. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm glad you brought up Aaron and Emily, because they brought up an objection that I hear all the time, and that's, oh, we'll just wait for the right buyer. And they were so expert at handling that objection. They said, so you really think you've been on the market for 30 days, we're waiting for the right buyer? You really think all the buyers before that are in the current pool got it wrong? I live in an area where we have lots of unique properties, and that is something I hear all the time. And having that objection handler from them was just gold. So
That's
awesome.
really good. Go watch that call. Thank
Go
you,
watch the
Carrie.
call.
Patricia Cruz, good morning. Patricia,
I'm here.
there
Okay.
you are. Good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning. I just want to share something that I did a couple of weeks ago, maybe 2, 3 weeks ago, about a strategy. I do a lot of condos. My business has been built with condos. I had a condo that had a lot of, as everybody knows, in South Florida, we've been hammered with the reserves, special assessments, the certifications for the 40, 50, or 60 years of the buildings. So it's been really hard to sell properties or condos. So we got under contract, and the loan was denied because of one of these things. They didn't have reserves or the assessment or whatever, one of those things. And what I thought about, what can I do to actually sell this property, because I won't be able to do it if the building doesn't have their act together. And I talked to my seller, and I told him that since he had the property paid off, why doesn't he offers owner financing? And he said, well, I don't want 30 years of a mortgage. Probably won't be alive by then. And so we decided to do 15-year amortization. I can say that word. And 5-year balloon. And we got under contract 2 days later.
It's about getting creative, finding solutions, and helping your people. That's great. Have a great time today in Miami on Red Day. Thank you. Good to see you. Cindy, you get the last word this morning. Good morning. Stand by right. Number one agent in the Ohio Valley region. Cindy's going to have something smart to say. Pay attention. Get out your paper and your pencil. Cindy?
Well, it's like what Jennifer said. I'm finding out and getting the most information before I can go, just so that I can say, what do you think your value is? And so I have a rough idea. And then I do every single time I have little pieces of paper, I cut them off. And if there's kids there, I give them a little piece of paper. And after giving them the whole all of the comps, I say, write down where you think it is after what I have just said. And then I get a really great reality check of there. And many a times they go lower than what I was saying. And I say, and if they do that, I say, that's exactly right. You are right on. So then I have my paper that I wrote. I said, don't cheat. Don't look at me. I write down what I have, and then I let them choose. So they have a really great participation in choosing that price. And I can't remember who gave that talk on one of your Inspires, that they use the word dangerously. And I use that, and I have not. And 11 listings this past week, and I did not lose one of them using that line, and it was just really powerful.
You're allowing them to participate in choosing the price. Your price might be higher than the one they wrote down, but you're rewarding them, and then you come to a consensus. And look, 11 listings taken this week. So Cindy, thank you. Good to have you on. Thank you to everybody who shared. Focus on strategy. And if you need help with that, Inspire members, get in the portal and watch the call we did with Emily and Aaron. Get in the portal and watch it, period. We're going to put it in the newsletter again this week so that if you missed it, you can find it. And if you're not an Inspire member, join for the month, watch that call and cancel. That's what I would tell you, dude. Just join for the month, watch that one recording, and then email me your cancellation because it's worth it. Thanks for being here. You got your inspiration. Go put in the perspiration. We'll see you Friday. Bye, everybody.
Bye.